What separates a Claude prompt that wastes your time from one that saves you an hour? It's not luck, it's technique. I'll show you how these prompting techniques are easy to learn and apply. Let's get started. As a business analyst, you are under constant pressure to deliver insights quickly. AI tools like Claude can help, but here is the challenge. When your prompts are vague, Claude's responses are vague. You get generic, unhelpful responses that require follow-up questions or manual rework. In contrast, when you write clear, structured prompts, you get actionable results the first time. The difference between frustration and productivity comes down to how you communicate with Claude. So what is a prompt? A prompt is the input you send to Claude. It can be a question, a request, or a detailed instruction. In addition to text, you can also attach images, documents, even spreadsheets for Claude to analyze. Everything you provide in that input is your prompt, which you send to Claude, and then you get back Claude's response. The point is that the quality of the response is directly influenced by the quality of your prompt input. Here is an example of a prompt that won't serve you well. Help me with the data. If you send this to Claude, what happens? Well, Claude has to guess what you mean. What data? Help how? Maybe analyze it, or clean it, or summarize it. Most likely, you will get back some unhelpful answer, and you'll spend more time clarifying than you saved by keeping your prompt short and vague. In contrast, here is a better prompt. Notice the difference. You told Claude what data you have, what you want to do with it, and how you'll use the output. Claude can now give you exactly what you need. A focused analysis with presentation-ready insights. The prompt has a huge impact. It's the same tool, but you get much better results. Given their practical impact, how can you recognize more effective prompts? Such prompts share three characteristics. First, it's clarity, which is about saying exactly what you mean without ambiguity. Instead of just asking Claude to improve this document, specify what improvement means. Maybe tighten the executive summary or add missing acceptance criteria. Second characteristic is context, which is about giving Claude the background it needs. For example, when you're drafting a requirements document, tell Claude who the stakeholders are, what kind of system you're documenting, and any constraints that apply. Without context, Claude might fill in the blanks with assumptions that may not match your situation. Third, it's about structure. Organize your requests logically so that Claude can follow your thinking. If you need a comparison of two vendor proposals, break it down. List the evaluation criteria, then ask for a side-by-side analysis. A well-structured prompt leads to a well-structured response. So how can you write more effective prompts to get better results? Now that you understand what makes prompts effective, let's look at a practical framework you can use to actually improve your prompts. The Role, Task, Context, Format Framework, or RTCF, gives you a reusable structure for building effective prompts. Role defines who Claude should be, in the sense of what perspective or expertise to bring to the table. Task specifies exactly what you want Claude to do. This is the core of your prompt. Context provides the background information needed by Claude to give you a relevant response. Finally, format tells Claude how to structure its output, such as a list of points, a table, a specific length, or a particular tone. Let's look at an example. Regarding role, you are an experienced business analyst. This tells Claude what expertise to bring. For task, create a meeting summary with this structure. This is your specific request, which is the core of any prompt. For context, you describe the meeting and include your notes. Now Claude understands what it's working with. Finally, for format, describe the expected format of the response with specific sections and length. This ensures you get output that you can use immediately. Sometimes you don't need all 4 components. Task is always required as Claude needs to know what to do. However, add role, context, and format based on the complexity of your request. Let's try out this prompt in Claude. Here is the role. I'm going to use Shift-Enter to make it easier to read. Here is the task to create a meeting summary. The context describes the stakeholder meeting, and it includes the actual notes. The format specifies how I want the output structured, including a word limit. I'm using extended thinking and selected one of the Claude models. Claude is now thinking and generating the response. Watch how Claude organized it. It follows the structure I requested with clear section, bullet points. It identified correctly that data migration ownership is still an open question. Total word count is under 300 words. RTCF will improve your prompts, but it's a starting point, not the finish line. Once you have a good response, you might want to push further. You might want to get a different perspective, dig deeper into the reasoning, or adapt the output for a new audience. That's where you need refinement techniques. They boost specific RTCF components to get even higher quality results. Since Claude remembers your conversation, you can build on what you already created without starting from scratch. Let's see how that works with the meeting summary we just created. You learned how to build effective prompts with RTCF framework. Now let's improve your results by refining your prompts. RTCF gets you solid results, and you saw that with a meeting summary. But sometimes you want more. Maybe the response is good, but you want to push it further. For example, to identify risks, clarify assumptions, or adapt it to a different audience. Another reason is that you might need to see the problem from a different angle, like how another stakeholder would react. Or you want Claude to show its reasoning so that you can verify the logic before acting on it. Refinement techniques help you achieve these. Each refinement technique boosts a specific part of your RTCF prompt. To get new perspectives, you ask Claude to change perspective, which strengthens the role component. For example, ask it to use the perspective of a technical reviewer to stress test your results. To verify logic, you ask Claude to show its reasoning, which enhances the task component, as you can understand how it approaches the task and refine it if needed. To sharpen your output, you can increase Claude's focus with constraints, which boosts context and format. Let's have a closer look at the first 2 refinement techniques. Changing perspective is also called persona prompting. You ask Claude to adopt a specific viewpoint, such as a skeptical project sponsor, a compliance officer, or a technical architect. This helps highlight concerns and questions you might not have considered on your own. Showing reasoning is also called chain of thought prompting. You ask Claude to think through a problem step by step. Instead of just getting an answer, you can see the logic behind it, which makes it easier to verify and defend your recommendations. Let's apply these refinement techniques on the meeting summary from the earlier demo. You have a solid summary, but before you share it, you want to identify potential risks and anticipate tough questions from the project sponsor. I'm using persona prompting to boost the role component. I'm asking Claude to review our summary as a skeptical project sponsor. This surfaces concerns I might not have considered. Notice how Claude shifts perspective. It's now raising questions about the Q2 timeline given the ERP integration concerns. Also, it highlights some budget red flags and resource allocation gaps. These are exactly the kind of questions your sponsor might ask. Here is the next refinement prompt. Now I'm adding chain of thought to enhance the task. I want Claude to reason through the risks systematically, not just list them. Notice how Claude works through the risks, weighs dependencies, and makes recommendations. All of these step by step. It identified dependencies, evaluate impact versus urgency, identify the bottleneck, and propose a concrete action item to contact the development team. Overall, I started with rough meeting notes. Now I have a summary, a risk analysis, and a concrete action item. You now have a solid foundation. In the next module, you'll get even more concrete approaches to improve your prompting skills.